Hey everybody. I'm going to do this is another first. A lot of those lately. Um, I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about some of my thoughts and kind of what's kind of like ahead for the channel, what's going on, and that sort of thing. But the first thing I kind of want to talk about is socialization. So, one of the reasons that I created this channel was a good chunk of it was for socialization. Just like a way for me to communicate comfortably or semi-comfortably. It's not really always comfortable for me to be on video. I think probably like a lot of you watching, but also to kind of get some feedback and to kind of start trying to engage a little bit more. Obviously, my channel, I do solo gaming for a reason. I think like at least a good percentages probably do. Anyway, there's reasons why my channel is solo. So as part of that attempt, some time ago, I created a couple of Facebook pages having to do with the channel. One is just for the channel itself and just gives updates, and I need to kind of start updating that a little more frequently. And then the other one, it was made for just really discussion about the hobby, that being solo and cooperative board gaming and solo role playing. And right now, I have one subscriber, so he or she is a pretty lonely subscriber, and it's me. And really, the only conversation that's been had has been through the good old thumbs up through the app, the like. And so that was something I was hoping to be able to maybe engage a little bit more with, something that would be a little more structured than, say, random comments on YouTube. And the communication that even on YouTube, the little communication that I get is meaningful. It's important to me. The feedback that I get, the constructive thought, the ideas, what people are doing, what their thoughts are, those are all really important moments for me. And there's not a lot of that. I think on average, if I'm lucky, I get one comment a day. I'd like to be able to see, I'd like to be able to have a little bit more communication. And then two, I'd like to watch that communication. I like to see what people are saying, what they're talking about. I think me, like probably a lot of individuals, kind of lurk and they kind of watch, because usually it's already been said before. There's usually something, somebody's already asked it, and you can find some conversation about that, so there's no need to engage. But sometimes I'll actually use that as an excuse not to engage. But this is my attempt to try and get some more of that I need in my life, as I'm sure some of you probably may feel the same. But go look for that. I do have, I think that's in my, and if it's not, I'll make sure that it is. There should be links to both of my Facebook pages, but primarily the gaming one is the one that I'm talking about. And then I, of course, have Twitter as well. So, though that's not really great for communication, but for this kind of communication anyway. But anyway, it's just pretty much just for gaming only is what that's for, and then topics that I cover on the channel. So that was number one. The other thing I wanted to talk about was what we have going on now and what's coming up. So right now, of course, I've been doing a lot of, or not a lot of, I've been doing some. I've only had one video, but I did a video on Legendary Kingdoms with my now wife. And we actually have recorded half of the second part. We had a really big, huge thing that happened, and it was really hard and harsh, and it was tough. So I'm really looking forward to finishing that other half of that and getting that out. The time that I spend with my fiance on this channel will almost always be time I would have spent with her anyway. So what I'm trying to do is basically take those times that we spend together, since it's all the things that we do related to the hobby are absolutely related to my channel, because it's going to be solo or it's going to be co-op. We don't do the competitive stuff. So when you see those videos, they are in addition to, typically should be in addition to what I'm already doing. Also, on the topic of my wife and on the topic of that time spent, something else that she expressed interest in that I've talked about briefly is D&D. And we did actually go and start a recording of D&D solo. A lot of you had been requesting that I do a video about that. And we did a lot of conjecture. And she had thought she was ready, but I think like a lot of us when we started, we really needed something a little bit more concrete. We needed, more concrete rule systems. Like 4 Against Darkness is pretty concrete. You can go outside of it if you want, but you don't need to. But she really needed that structure. And she needs to spend a little bit more time with some structured options. And so I got in the mail here a few days ago my full copy of the FlexTale Solo Adventure Toolkit, and I plan on reviewing this and talking about it. But I think it may well actually get its first introduction on the channel through her, and I have actually already tabbed this thing out big time to make it ready, and so that she can. And I know it looks like, oh my gosh, you're going to give this to her, and because she hasn't done solo role playing. So, but the way that I've done this is pretty simple, and I also have the Tome of Adventure Design, and actually you can see here in there, I think, yeah, I have her characters ready to go. Plus, I have some like player aids and stuff to make things a little bit easier on my life, because it's been a while since I've done D&D. But yeah, so we actually are fully prepped and ready to go. Had started the recording, and she kind of got hung up on that conjecture. We had done some preliminary play, but she just it was very nerve-wracking for her, and I completely understand. So she's going to tackle the tables, and she should be able to do that without a problem, especially with the way that I've got this tabbed out. We've actually talked about how I've got that done. And then on the side, when we need more, and we will, I will be using the conjecture piece. And so we'll just play off of each other for this solo role-playing campaign that we'll be doing, and you'll get to see us and what we would do with our time. In addition, upcoming stuff here. So I've talked about Hostel a little bit. I will probably be doing a lot more of that, probably within the next next quarter to half a year. I'm actually waiting on something, and when that happens, then I'm gonna probably do this. This is something I've really been looking forward to, and I don't think that my wife will be involved with that process. She's not really big. She likes some science fiction, but she's not real big on the science fiction. So I'll be doing that. In addition, I had somebody make a request. I think I've had probably more than one request to do a solo playthrough of 4 Against Darkness. She may or may not, probably not because she doesn't want to, but because she'll probably be doing that, and I'll probably be doing this to try and so you're not having to wait so long for videos. But somebody would request I do a solo playthrough, and what I wanted to try to do with that is I wanted to try and do kind of like, because this really, I was looking for something that bridged the gap between full role-playing game and say Hero Quest, and I actually found a way to get some Hero Quest tiles printed up that will use the same structure as the tables for 4 Against Darkness for the maps. So I'm really interested in doing that and doing some solo roleplay there with my pretty large collection, or I think it's large anyway, of 4 Against Darkness books. I also intend on doing more reviews for those books. I have more occasionally from time to time some reviews of some of the Hostel material that I have access to. And I think that another big one that I have, this will be pretty big, I think, is something that me and my wife will be doing as well on the channel, and we'll record that during our time. Is something that at least it was a major purchase, at least for me, and that was the all-in gameplay of pledge for ISS Vanguard. I would say maybe about once per year I'll do a large pledge of something, and or a late pledge, depending on where that lays. So I got the all-in for ISS Vanguard. If you're not familiar with what that is, and you have any interest in science fiction at all, or science, or semi-hard science, and you like things like say Mass Effect, and that feeling of exploration and discovery and narrative and like light role playing, push your luck, and ship management and crew management, and just all these grand adventures with a lot of narrative, I definitely recommend that you take a look at that. I know that pledging is closed, but just like with anything that Awakened Realms does, that'll become available again. It's just a matter of time, and I think that you can actually probably still get copies from other sources. I think trying to remember what the name of it is. But there should be some reliable sites out there that have pre-purchased, and you can purchase at a slight markup if you're interested. But yeah, that we will be doing playthroughs of that, and I'm really excited about that. That looks so awesome. They're saying that that's probably the biggest project that they've done yet. So super excited for that. But that's pretty much it. I kind of want to talk a little bit about the Facebook piece because I'm really kind of craving some more conversation and to see you guys communicating as well. If not, that's okay, you know. But then two, to kind of let you know what's currently going on, what we're working on. I am getting ready to do a board game review, walkthrough, playthrough video of an older title. I do have lots of older titles. I say lots. I have some older titles. I have some titles going back to the 80s, and we're talking solo co-op here. And I have this huge, massive like binder of like print and play or do it yourself games I can take with me like on a plane trip or something. It was Ziploc bags with pens and dice and some game pieces and stuff where I can like play it on my lap or on a tray on the fly. So I have some of those that I'm interested in talking about. So there's a lot ahead. I have not done as much of the board gaming as I feel like I need to or I want to. And I will be doing more of those. I have probably more board game content at this point to review, play through, walk through, or do a series on than I actually do because I've gone through so much of the solo role playing already that I have for solo role playing. Does that mean solo role playing is going to stop, or the topics or conversations for that are going to stop? No, that's not what that means. It just means that I need to start doing some more board game stuff too, and I think that that's worth talking about because you know, solo role players I think can definitely have some vested interest in some of those titles. So anyway, that's really it. I'm sorry for all the rambling, but I kind of want this has been a long time coming for me. For the last couple month or so I've been like I think I need to do one of these. I think I need to do one of these, and finally I just said, you know what, I'm going to do it. So anyway, that's that. Again, as always, if you've listened through the whole thing and you've listened to my rambling, wow, thank you. And if not, as always, thank you. And I'll look forward to seeing you here very shortly. Thank you. Bye-bye.